there, lovely. My name is Lauren. This is Scorpionic Readings, and today's pick a card topic, we're taking a look at your divine counterpart. So there are 3 groups to choose from today. I have a bit of an announcement to put forward before that. If you want to skip over that, go ahead and go to the timestamp for choosing your piles down below. But stick around if you want to hear about my offer for a free personal reading. I'm offering this for a limited time. Asking one question and you will get your free personalized guidance. The way that you can do this, if you're interested, is by reaching out via my email, which is linked in the bio as well. When you email me, please include the question that you would like answered. Again, this is a 1-question reading, and email me a screenshot proof of your engagement with my channel, showing that you are subscribed and that you have liked and commented on this video, free reading. Comment on this video, free reading, so that you can get your free reading. So if you're interested, please do reach out. It is literally free guidance for me. I'm using this as an opportunity to connect with you guys and help develop that trust between you and I. So I thought it was a really good idea. I'm excited to do this for you guys. Please do take advantage of this offer. In addition to that free answer to your question, when you do reach out for a free message, I will also be responding with a code that works for my Etsy shop, which is where I have all of my reading listings posted for you to purchase. And if you want a different variety of a reading in the future, asking more than one question and multiple aspects to your reading, head to my Etsy page and you can use that code one time at checkout to get a discount on the first reading that you purchase off of my Etsy page. So that is linked down below as well. Please do not miss this opportunity. It's free. Once again, get a reading from me. I'm super excited to do this for you guys. It is a written form message, so I send you a typed out PDF form. I've done this for a few clients and had good feedback for how I was able to relay the message through my written response as well. So yes, I'm so excited. Please check that out. And now if you're here to choose your pile, let's go ahead and do that. So there are 3 groups, using a different tarot deck for each one. Starting on the left-hand side, group 1, you can use a crystal to choose your group as well. So group 1, you guys are this serpent. Your card from the Light Seers tarot deck here is the Ace of Swords. Group 2, you guys are the Wolf Crystal. Your card from the Unfolding Path tarot deck is the Ace of Wands. And group 3, your crystal here is the Koala. And your card is from the Star Spinner tarot, and it is the Tower. Okay, so when you're ready with your pile, head to the description, find the timestamp that will take you directly to your pile, and I will meet you there with the messages. Hello group 1, welcome to your messages. I'm super happy you are here and ready to receive this message all about your divine counterpart. So let's reveal the oracle cards I have shuffled out, and then we will get into clarifying the information with your tarot deck as well. So here we go. We have the Siren. We have here, align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? This person is definitely in preparation for you. If you do not know them yet in the 3D, they are definitely in preparation for that, aware of the fact that there is going to be alignment that they are called to within their personal journeys and their own personal lessons and wisdoms to be gained from it. But the alignment ultimately serves the purpose of putting them in the specific evolved place and receiving place for you to come in and match that energy as their divine counterpart. Divine counterparts are known to show up when we are evolving, and they serve the purpose of existing within that evolution and also helping to facilitate it through their own journey and their own evolutions as well. They are someone to inspire you and uplift you and confide in when the road starts to look the same between the two of you. You start to notice the same patterns. You are experiencing some kind of awakening or some kind of aspect of your spirituality opening up or becoming more prominent, some new form of communication like clairvoyance coming in, clairsentience coming in, and this person is able to say, I've been there, this is what that felt like for me, perhaps this is what you're going through. We are similar souls, and we have had to respond to the same calls that life gives us and the same calls that the universe and our spiritual team is placing in front of us for us to answer. Okay, we have here healing wounds. Okay, we've got the book fairy. Yeah, I said something about they know that they need to align what is not aligned or needs to change in healing wounds. The mind is a big aspect with the suit of swords showing up. The intellect is a big theme of that. The mind, you can see quite clearly here, is opening up and expanding. And the book fairy as well is giving this idea of expansion is taking place on your part, on your divine counterpart's part. And when we see expansion, we often see what feels like shattering coming first, or things crumbling away, like the Tower card in tarot. We feel like things are taken from us, but often that is the sign that when we are called to heal, when we are called to make up for that mess, to make up for where it feels like it puts you back behind in your timeline and taking action forward, or feeling like you are not taking enough action forward. When we are in that state and feeling that kind of chaos, we know that the world is trying to piece things back together for us. The world is trying to heal our wounds for us. This person could be into like medicinal studies and practices, with the ginkgo showing up here and its significance with healing wounds in a naturopathic kind of sense for treating ourselves, especially geared in spirituality, using different aspects such as what this deck represents here to heal our wounds and to heal physically, mentally, and spiritually. Spiritual healing, the coffee is showing up here as well. This person is big on feeding their soul, answering the calling I talked about before, I believe, and the siren. I'm just kind of having that catch my attention now. This person is someone not to be messed with. They are the serpent and the siren. They whisper the calls to those just amongst them and in their close circle, including you, their divine counterpart, but they also reach a wider atmosphere with their siren call that reaches. Expansion is big, and yes, they're big on the medicinal aspect of things, with how to heal their heart, mind, soul, body, spirit, all of the things. Hot drinks like teas and other things, or even just coffee, is significant. You might find them like constantly cozied up with a mug, and no matter what the temperature is, what season it is, like they are going to have that hot drink in the heat of the summer, whatever it is, but they just like to be cozy and kind of like dainty is what's coming to mind. Like I'm picturing like their little sleeves are like up, like holding the mug like this and just being very like cozy, and it's big. The little things matter a lot to them. Alignment in the most big, grand scheme, obvious ways, aligning to your career path by going to study the topic that will align you with becoming what you want to be. That's a major macro way in which we align our life to the path that we're called to. But this person has a big focus on alignment everywhere, with all aspects, big and small. So even down to the minute details, like how they take their coffee, how they take their tea, the intention behind it, the ingredients they use, and what intention that has toward healing some aspect that they've tuned into and noticed that that could use some work today through this drink that will heal me, or just the intention they put behind each sip is aligning their day. It's a meditative practice for them to do many, many things. A lot of things they do are a meditative practice. I'm seeing that with Ace of Swords, representing them as a whole. Your divine counterpart is tapped in, tuned in. They have a large magnetic field. We've got here the future. Okay. Like, they see the grand scheme. They see how things impact one another, the cause and effect. We've also got detachment. They're very spiritually advanced, this person is, and not uncommon, as they are your divine counterpart, and they are naturally a spiritual person showing up here, but they have mastered a lot with the mind. They have done major work. They have made a lot of progress with the things we focus on, such as detachment of expectations, detachment from specificity. And that is part of how this person is such a healer and so good with healing their own wounds as well as others, with the whispers we hear in their close community coming with the serpent, as well as with the larger, more distant calls and that magnetic field that this person emits with the siren. Like, they are very spiritually evolved. And I talked about clairvoyance specifically. I mentioned that, and we have future coming up. They could be clairvoyant. They could see some aspects of the future. They could also just be a traveler. They could be a water sign as well, but clairvoyance, being a water sign, and just being close to water. Also, I talked a lot about like liquid hot drinks, so it's a good practice for them to attune to the elements that make them who they are, or that represent themselves the most, being water sign, Scorpio, Pisces. Why am I blanking? Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. And with that, we see their tendency to be comforted and find meditation to come easily when ingesting liquids. Yeah, that could be part of it. But travel, I'm seeing here, definitely. And just being close to the water, enjoying that feeling back at home, feeling relieved and soothed, feeling like that is healing wounds spiritually and of the mind and body. This person has a lot of faith in nature, and again, like naturopathic medicine practices. And so, like, I'm almost getting this idea of, if you think about like Katara from Avatar, The Last Airbender, how she heals with her water. It's like they view water as being such that it can actually heal physical wounds. And take that with a grain of salt. It's just an idea I'm getting coming up, but they just feel like maybe more so the symbolism of it, like water washing away after a long day, washing away the stress. They view it as like a fresh start. They view it as very healthy for the skin to like take up water. And if there is like an open wound, I feel like they have some kind of, they just have a preference for cleansing spiritual practices with water and liquid specifically, which is interesting. But this is your divine counterpart, okay? You guys are both divine. You are tapped in. You are evolved. You are on your spiritual journey and path. This person is a healer for themselves and for others. I love this reading. This person is awesome. So let's go ahead and reveal some more insight on your divine counterpart here with the tarot. So there's a couple other questions I wanted to talk about. So what will your union be like with this person, please, Spirit? What will this union be like with the divine counterpart for pile 1? We have Page of Swords, Bookworm, Nose in the Book. The Swords is coming up again. What will this union be like? You might meet them like in a library, or you might find them with their nose in a book. Six of Pentacles, they might be a teacher, they might be some kind of like a tutor. someone who has information. If not, like, you have been set up to meet with this person, such as a teacher-student situation or something like that, someone training you on the job. If not, a specific relationship that is predetermined in some sense, employer to employee, teacher to student, etc., then look out for just someone who gives you word of advice, who gives you direction, even like on the street. I'm thinking of literally asking someone which direction to go. They tell you there's something there, you notice a little something happen with that interaction, or they offer you their seat at a restaurant that's busy and something like that. Like, it doesn't have to be like, well, I don't have any intention of becoming a student in my near future. It doesn't have to be something so specific like that. It really can be some kind of passing experience. And I say that because Six of Pentacles makes me feel like that your union will involve sharing some kind of information or insight. It could be online. You could connect online and have the same kind of ideas, theories, insights, experiences, and you connect by sharing information that helps one person more heavily is helped by this. It feels like you getting a lot of guidance and insight from your divine counterpart when you come into union. I'm looking at this card as well, the Lover's card, if that's not super promising for this reading as well. So what was I thinking about when I pulled that card? I was switching gears a little bit with how I was taking the reading. I want to know about, like what it feels like to come into them. I think we've gotten the insight on what that dynamic might look like. But just to clarify further, this is a person who might be deep in their own studies, deep in their own work. They are in a bookworm type energy. They are in a hermit type energy. They offer some kind of information to you, whether in passing, whether in a more established long-term relationship that is set up and predetermined with existing roles within it. This is someone who brings information to you and you have interest in what they have to tell you, or you benefit from what they tell you. The Magician, and they show up out of nowhere, truly. Like I said, what is it like to actually feel this union taking place with this person? It is extremely divine. The Lovers and the Magician, two major arcana cards. The Magician, it's like this shows up out of nowhere for you truly, and that is often true of divine counterparts. I feel like, as opposed to a soulmates, we often recognize that there is some kind of connection, and we notice that there is something tethering us to that person. With the divine counterpart, I think you notice that, but to a much more mind-blowing degree. I think the way that things align, what needs to align, this card is showing up, so there will be very proper alignment between the two of you in this divine connection and union. I think I'm losing my train of thought there, but I must have finished what I was saying. I was saying something about the Magician. It shows up out of nowhere for you. Yeah, divine counterparts, they feel significant and they prove to be significant very early on as well. I feel like with a soulmate, you often realize the lessons that were in front of you, or you are relearning some kind of lesson with them, but often it is in retrospect that we are looking back at that relationship and seeing perhaps what was wrong, what was off, why it served us or why it didn't. With a divine counterpart, it is much more of a feeling that is undeniable and almost incomprehensible, how just supported by divinity that this connection feels. We have all this imagery showing up once again of the infinity. It's just beautiful. There's a tether here that is bound with love and bound with inspiration. This is a union where the physical attraction is great as well. There's a lot of chemistry there with your physical bodies coming into union as well. It's just beautiful. I'm loving this reading for you guys, your divine counterpart. Okay, oops. We talked a little bit about what the union will feel like exactly. Let me look at my notes. I want to know more about... I want to know if we can get information on when will it happen, as well as how will you know that it is the one. When will this happen, and how will pile 2 be certain that this is it? Get any information on when this will happen, please. The Empress. It's in the works. It is absolutely in the works. We have 7 of Cups. It's something that you both are aware of and would like. And it's just something that perhaps you don't feel like is yours to choose yet. Both of you feel that way. Like it's something you would wish for and dream of. And maybe you would suspect that it is being manifested, which I'm getting that idea from the Empress. Is it being put together in time for you now? And you've always been connected with this divine counterpart. You've always felt that spiritual connection, but there is something... I said something about travel. I feel like within this year, unsure where you were at in that year, if you're 8 out of 12 months into it, if you're only 2 out of 12 months into the year that I'm talking of, this year time frame feels like when this person is perhaps moving into physical relation with you, to where this meeting and union can take place. If not physical travel happening, this does feel like this person is joining some kind of space online, or they're posting something. Like if you find, I'm thinking of like a Reddit feed, and just like you find that, okay, one way I can know that this perhaps is them is this was posted quite recently. That's very specific. Take that if you will, but you look at the date and you see specifically that is within this year time frame that my tarot reader on YouTube was telling me all about. I don't know, that's specific for some of you guys. But if you are, I don't know, just don't think about it. You'll feel inspired to interact with those you do feel inspired to, or you will be thrown into it, or you will stumble upon it, whatever it is. Just have faith. Know that although you don't feel like you could ever guess how this will happen for you, or if it will, know that the cards say that it will. It absolutely will. And I do feel like this is a very timely message at the time you're watching, within the next few months perhaps. And this year of 2024, if you're watching within the year, has been kind of leading up to this moment of union with them. Yeah. And what will it be like to be with this person once you do come into union? How will your world change here? What will it be like to come into union with Pile 1's divine counterpart for them, please? So this one. 10 of Cups. And the High Priestess. What will it be like to come into union? It will be so happy. I have chills. I feel quite happy. I feel giddy. I feel like all those butterfly chills feelings that you get when you are just giddy over another person and the love that they have for you and the love you have for them. It's so harmonious. The 10 of Cups is like complete fulfillment within the emotional space. So friends and family are depicted here on the card. A loving relationship is depicted. And this is the ideal that you will be reaching with your divine counterpart. And this is definitely your divine counterpart that is meant to be your one and only. If you believe in that, if you want that, this is your one and only, the High Priestess. This is your divine person. This is your spiritual, evolved person as the High Priestess. They are working on channeling and attuning to you once again. They are working on opening their mind. Their mind is open. We talked about that a lot, that from the very start we can tell that this is a spiritual being with the clairvoyance perhaps that is coming in for them. The High Priestess it's on their mind. I think that they perhaps are a bit more tuned into the fact that you two are on the way to one another than you are at this time. Can we get just a word of what does this divine counterpart want to say to pile 1? If they could say something to them now, and almost like a kind of guidance for them, reassurance from your divine counterpart here, pile 1. Two of Pentacles, keep going at it, keep doing what you're doing. Keep things in balance. They love that. They love those aspects of meditation and intentional practices throughout their day with the drinking of hot beverages and the water, all of that we talked about. Adopt those practices in the ways that work for you. Journaling, meditation, getting enough sleep, eating right, having time for fun. Ten of Pentacles, they want to assure you that they will take care of you as well. They have a lot of ideas. I think they're looking for a partner in more ways than just love. They want a partner who is going to experience many of these big dreams that they have, that they're obviously cooking up here as the Ace of Swords. With you, with the Ten of Pentacles, this is complete satisfaction with more material aspects in life, like how you have achieved in career with your finances, reaching goals there, feeling stability and abundance within that, as well as the family feeling safe and protected there. So 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, very beautiful cards for you guys. I hope you enjoy this reading all about your divine counterpart. Make sure, if you are interested in taking advantage of the free personal reading for your one question, find my email in the description box. Again, send me the question, send me a screenshot proof that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel and that you have liked and commented on this video. Free reading. Comment on the video free reading and send me screenshots of all of that with your question. I will respond with your tarot guidance in a written response message for free to your email, and I will give you a code to use on my Etsy shop where I have all of my personal reading listings up so that you can get a discount on your first purchase from my Etsy shop. So please do take advantage of this. I'm excited to do this for you guys, and it's free, so let's do it, guys. Take advantage. Let's go. Okay, I've said enough. I hope you have a great day, pile 1, and I will see you in the next message. Hi there, group 2. Welcome to your messages. I'm so happy you made it here. You guys are the Ace of Wands, and I went ahead and pre-shuffled out your oracle cards before we used the tarot deck you chose for the reading. So let's take a look at those messages about your divine counterpart. First here we have the Mountain. So someone who's quite secure, I want to say that right away. We have the ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's unfolding for you, not to you. Just kind of like being placed somewhere, like a safe haven, this looks like, is happening for you, not to you. It's glass half full versus glass half empty. Gosh, couldn't spit that out. So glass half full, this is happening for you, to protect you, to give you security. It's warm in here as opposed to the treacherous conditions outside. Happening to you is egoic in some senses, or in this example is saying that, why is this happening to me? This always happens to me. That kind of way of thinking. We have metamorphosis. Yeah, this person is having this understanding of the inner workings of their world and how things come together. Like, I wanted to say, like, you might view it as like an elementary understanding of like the spiritual world and having those values and understanding those wisdoms, in the sense that they are just beginning to know how things work together, like yin and yang, and the polarity of things and how that is beneficial. Like, they are starting to know the metamorphosis or the inner workings of how things unfold to present the specific, beautiful, pristine, divine outcome that is meant to happen. And again, this is where this idea of you like viewing it as like everyone knows that, like that is like one of the first kind of things that you, if you step into spirituality, you kind of have, I don't want to generalize, but you would have that kind of understanding. That is perhaps what would inspire one to get into spirituality, is as opposed to other aspects that pit things against one another or that make things light and dark and there is no in between. Like you view things as all consuming, all being. And this is a recent revelation for them, Ace of Wands. It is something that has struck them, and they cannot get rid of this feeling that they're meant to take part in it, that they're meant to like manipulate it, which sounds like they're trying to change fate and change outcomes, change destiny, but rather they are knowing that yes, things are predetermined in ways in terms of our fate and outcomes and overall things we are meant to go through and experience in our lifetimes. There's aspects of that that are predetermined, and releasing and surrendering, detaching from the idea that it should happen one way is a big aspect of spirituality as well to get adjusted to. But they also, their mind is kind of running and thinking, well, what can I do with this? Like their mind is cracking open and they are starting to have a broader perspective. Even the lotus flowers resemble this unfolding, cracked open rose that is imaged here as well. So they want to know to the best of their ability, how can I use this to my advantage? How can I work with this knowing and this knowledge? Because what is knowledge if not meant to benefit us at the end of the day? We have here Chakra Fairy. They're definitely starting to get into spiritual practices like meditations and understanding things like the chakras and how that there are areas that can be blocked and how to recognize one area that might be blocked. And that all starts with this kind of epiphany, once again, this realization that perhaps there is more to this world and this life than what I see at surface level. At surface level, we see clear, we see no tension, but we see how that changes with the addition of one drop or a rock thrown in it, and how that ripples and affects the previous seamless tension that was present on that water surface. And just as such, they know that their actions can have a ripple effect as well. Surface level, looking beyond that, seeing that this is not just a frog in front of me, this is a divine creature that started one way, and by God and by the beauty of nature, it is now this other way, and both things are true at once. It was the tadpole, it is the frog, both things are true at once, which is polarity, that aspect. Okay, we have here phases. And let's clarify that with this last card. We have Coral. I don't know, I just got this idea kind of unique, but it's like their family has some kind of eye on this happening, or their friends as well. And I literally heard like, it's not a phase, mom, like that phrase. Because with Coral coming up as well, like they might be starting to be more on edge, I guess, or their senses are heightened to pick up on words that come from a place of ego or come from a place of fear or non-acceptance from other people. They start to kind of tune up to those happenings right around them and to evaluate what they see. Like they're very much the observer at this time. And the mountain gives me that idea too, because they're kind of tucked away in this place that is meant to facilitate and nurture their growth. They have taken up habitat in a very comfortable place where it's quite easy to define what is around them. It is quite easy to start getting a grasp and their bearings on which direction do I want to explore first when it comes to my spiritual nature, and getting to know the world around me and the people who exist within it. That comes through observation, keeping a close eye, noticing this is a frog in front of me and allowing those thoughts to trail after it of saying this is a frog, which came from a tadpole, which came from the egg, whatever it is, and just in awe of the inner workings and mechanisms that all feed off of one another to create unique outcomes every single time. So again, they're tuned up, they are looking for things to interpret, things to categorize. This person must be feeling fearful because they acted in this way. This person must be feeling serene and in a meditative state because they acted this way, or they chose inaction at this time. You are just the observer at this time, learning a lot from your surroundings. Again, it's a habitat that is like controlled to where you have the tools right in front of you at all times to work with this. It's like you will never be left helpless. You will never, it's like, oh gosh, like teachers in school saying like, I'm trying to think of an example of where this would apply, but just basically telling us like, well, now you have no excuse to like not get your work done because we're sending you home with a laptop. I don't know, whatever it is. And beforehand you would have said, well, I can't submit it because I don't have Wi-Fi at home. Now they're giving you a laptop. You don't, well, anyway, you'd still need Wi-Fi, but you get the point. They're giving you something that you didn't have, and now it's like there is no excuse to not use it. And similar, maybe a little bit off, not quite on the nose for an example for what I'm trying to say here, but I did my best. Similarly, you will never have the excuse of saying there is nothing more for me to do in a spiritual sense. There is nothing I can think about or analyze right now. And that's a fine line. You don't want to be overwhelmed or get burned out with your kind of metamorphosis that's taking place, the unfolding that is happening, the cracking open that's happening, but you can also find a lesson. What I'm trying to say is you can find a lesson in everything. You can look at the wood that this desk is made of, and I can think of how it came to be and how it came to be as refined as it is now, and it has been multiple things throughout its life. Like just things like that, getting very deep with it, getting a little bit into those like trippy thoughts, you know, but allow yourself to speak what you think and notice and observe and quarrel. Things might not hit for everyone that hears what you have to say and how you interpret. And I'm talking about your divine counterpart, by the way. This is all about your divine counterpart. That's just hitting me now, but yeah, this is them. Anyway, I think you must have known that, but it struck me for a moment that maybe I've been talking unclear about who this is. But yeah, so they are perhaps receiving response to their ideas from the people around them who may or may not be on board or ready to kind of receive that level of that way of perceiving the world that they too experience, and maybe they don't see it the same way your divine counterpart is now in their spiritual evolution. Okay, so let's look at our notes. Who are they? I want to look at, that's kind of where they are at. This is your divine counterpart. They are a divine being. They are a light being. They are meant to assist you on your spiritual journey and you on theirs. You are meant to assist one another's souls because they are one of the same. You are counterparts. One goes with the other. Yin and yang, polarity, all existing to the benefit of the other. Okay, so how will this union happen here? Wow. I was seeing, I'll leave that, I lost it there. So how will it happen? We have 7 of Wands, and we have here the 2 of Pentacles. I don't know, you could be in some kind of debate with this person that allows you both to understand that you are on a similar mindset, that you are perhaps having similar ideals at this time, similar thought patterns, and the way you perceive the world is more aligned than it has been with others. That is part of what this union will look like. You may also come to this person, and union may happen when both of you feel like, or one of you feels in a mode of conflict, in a mode of fight or flight and self-defense. I see the aspect of balance is coming in, and one person is more balanced than the other perhaps whenever you come into union, and I think that that could be you that is feeling more balanced with different aspects of life, and or even just with your spiritual desires and goals, and your current practices are feeling more routine almost, or they are feeling consistently inspired when perhaps in other times you had to fight more to feel tapped in or tuned in, and this person is in that active process of learning how to tune in, how to tap in, and how to stay there. So they are fighting a bit more to achieve the kind of balance that you have reached at this point on your own personal journey. Seeing this one, how will you come into union here? We have the Wheel of Fortune, and this is all about how life can change the hand of fate anytime. The wheel can turn and change our circumstances, and we also have a heavy role in facilitating this happening for us. So union happens when you decide that you would like union, which probably sounds annoying to hear, but there could have been conflict in the past as well with you, I think, how you have perceived what it means to be with someone. I see a lot of like solo energy coming in from you and your person, you and your divine counterpart. So both could have been in a period of being single or without like an emotional significant relationship by choice to some degree, and at this point it is a call to choose opportunity, choose to release fear of what conflict might repeat itself, because release the perceptions you have that are tied to one person in your past. Do not allow that to reach your future. Do not put that on your future person. There's something here though with like this polarity I've talked about and how things feed into one another, and perhaps your past conflicted relationship or ships and theirs as well, but more so it feels like an energy of you. Perhaps that has led you into this understanding of what feeds into a person's soul when there is room for it to not be taken up by conflict. Like when a person is not burdened by outside circumstances, what takes over in the absence of that? And is it any good for no conflict to be present? And so I mentioned you may be finding this person while they are a bit conflicted in their mind, and you help them to understand that this is as it should be, and there is not benefit necessarily in the scales tipping entirely to one direction or the other. With duality says that things are opposites and they should stay that way. Polarity says they work together. And so you admire this person letting you into the honest reality of what they are going through and experiencing, and you're able to take it with a grain of salt almost this time around and not take it as a red flag and become fearful of what this person might do because they have room left to grow, and know that using your discernment, knowing that their focus is their field of energy is a bit jumbled in one area, but the intention is to work through it, to unfold it, to crack it open, and perhaps you are part of the puzzle to doing so. In fact, you very much so are as their divine counterpart. We meet our divine counterparts when we are evolved to a certain degree and we are ready to continue spiritual evolution with this person, facilitated by their own journey as well and their impact on you. So this is actually a sign that this is your divine counterpart and you are ready to work with one another, and you can take that as it is and be okay with it and accept them for the flaws they have now, and not assume that their flaws are equivalent to those of people in your past who have hurt you or that things did not end well with. I want to know, what will this partnership look like? Can we know more about that? What will this partnership look like here with Pile 2's divine counterpart? What will it be like to be with them? Before we get information about when, and just final word of guidance from your person, what they want to say to you to help you align with this coming in for you. So what will this union look and feel like? What will it look and feel like here? It looks like it's here for the long haul. It looks like it's here to be nurtured and continue to crack open. It's here to be worked on. A divine counterpart, they work with each other. The yin and yang, they work with one another. It feels like there is creation happening between the two of you. When forces are blocked out, negative forces are blocked out, when in fact effort is put in, intentionality in the union here with Five of Wands, when that is put in on the behalf of both parties, we see creation beginning to take place. We see the opportunity for a lot of abundance within this dynamic between the two of you with the Empress. Something is growing and being nurtured, and it takes two parts to make the one, to make the infinite. In fact, I see creation of the infinite. She is wielding like the zodiac wheels here in her hands, and there's infinite possibility for creation between the two of you with the right efforts involved and with the right force called upon when needed. So perseverance, determination, being resourceful. There's a lot of fire energy coming up. Your person is someone who will not back down from a challenge, and they don't view tough relationship hiccups or bumps in the road, things like that. They view it in the best way possible. They view it as a challenge. And challenges generally are something that they do not back down from, and they do not take a challenge as end of the road. Not to say that your road ahead involves like heavy, serious challenges within the relationship, but all it is to say is this person is someone who is going to give the time of day, is going to give the space, is going to give the emotional maturity needed to work through and overcome any disagreements or things like that. Okay, I like that. This person is very much there for you, and you two are meant to create together. So let's get idea of when, and how can group 2 kind of know that this is it, when, and there a confirmation that it's the counterpart coming in for them. Can you get any information of when? See this card here, we've got the Moon. They could have come to you in dreams already, like you could have noticed them or felt them in a dream, felt some kind of communication, but when? It feels like there is a path waiting that will take you down the road of union with this person, and it might involve getting a job first or getting an opportunity to move first, but there is a hidden insight, a hidden path here with the Moon that will take you to your person. maybe this is your divine counterpart, kind of what they're in right now is they are facing challenge, they are facing maybe some discomfort, but they are also facing a lot of, or they have the opportunity to indulge in their curiosities at this time. And so that is leading them down a path that leads them to be open to receiving you and to coming into union with you. I'm not getting specific idea of like when. This is a general reading. The Knight, so it's as far as timeline goes, it can be coming to you at quite a fast or a moderate pace. I was gonna say with the moon, it's giving me an idea of like winter, or yeah, winter coming up if you're watching the reading at the time it comes out. It is November 2024, and so as the weather is changing and getting colder, and we're kind of in the season that is good for introspection, this is when it might not come to you in this time, but I feel like maybe there's a path ahead, a short path, maybe like 3 or 4 months ahead of you, or equivalent to like a season in the year in which internal work will be done on both parties of the divine counterparts, you and your person, and by the time that is done, this will happen upon you, and that time period itself will not feel like it like drudges along or takes this long like lonely winter. No, I feel like there's plenty to entertain both of you, for a simple way to put it, and kind of keep your mind occupied. And then coming out of that phase of growth is when you happen upon one another. Finally, your divine counterpart, I want to give them the opportunity to give you some guidance, just what else they would say to you as this is approaching. This feels like confirmation of this hermit aspect I just talked about, with like 3 or 4 months of kind of like internal work, and then when you come out on the other side, that seems to have happened quite quickly for you both, and there you happen upon one another. So they want you to know that it is a short while that they're working on themselves, and they're continuing to feed this flame every day that is guiding the way and illuminating that path that will take them to be ready for you. We've also got here the 9 of Wands. They are definitely in preparation. Whenever they come to you and you guys come together, they want to accept you with open arms. They just want to reassure you about that as well. They want to reassure you of their protective and determined nature, and that when they set up relationships, when they set up any kind of foundations, they do not do so lightly. And so taking up foundations with you and establishing a relationship that is a rose folded, they do not take that lightly, and they are prepared and excited for the process of that unfolding and cracking open. They know that on the surface versus below are two different things, and all are the same at once. And so who you are on the outside might take a minute to get past your hardened kind of exterior, and they are excited, not going to be put off by, not going to be feeling negative about any change that takes place in you as you evolve in your life. And especially those initial kind of phases of cracking open after that winter season, after that season of being a hermit, you crack open slowly for them, and they love what they see every step of the way. So pile 2, that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed. Do not forget, if you are interested in a free personal reading, you can have one question answered with a tarot reading from me that I will send to you written response with the cards pulled imaged as well. Head to the description box of this video and you will find my email. You can ask your question, shoot me an email there and ask your question, as well as provide proof with a screenshot perhaps that you are subscribed to the channel and that you have liked and left a comment on this video. So please comment free reading, leave a comment that says free reading, and send me proof that you have done all of that engagement with the channel, and ask me your question and I will respond with your free written guidance, along with a code to my Etsy page that will allow you to receive a discount on your next reading if you so choose to browse my listing options for different types of personal readings I have up on my Etsy page and choose a secondary reading at some point in the future. You will get that discount code to apply to that. One-time use. Take advantage of this offer for a free reading, guys. I'm super excited and grateful to be doing it for you, so do take advantage. With all that said, pile 2, I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you in your next message. Hi there, group 3. Welcome to your messages about your divine counterpart. I'm so happy you are here, and I'm super excited to deliver this message to you. So I went ahead and pre-shuffled out the oracle cards, and then we will be getting into the tarot deck that you chose to clarify any other information about this person and your union with them. Okay, so let's take a look. Your first card here is the ring. Beautiful. We also have here play with have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. This does give me an idea right away that there is going to be a lot to celebrate with this person, and like kind of like earthly traditions we have here are going to be happening to celebrate the union you have with this person together. All right, we have starting over. You've also got the Tower card that kind of gives that idea as well of things going away for your person and them having this theme where they notice the opportunity rather than the setback that is in front of them. They take it as opportunity to rebuild. They have fun with that. They enjoy that process. It's like there's this like person who makes pottery on like Facebook Reels, I don't know, whatever, but I see them all the time, and they like make all of these bowls just to do it, and then they smash them all and like bring the clay back together and reuse it, and they don't fire the kiln or do anything like that with it. But they make like 20 bowls like every day just to do it for the routine and practice, and then they just smash it and make it all where it was at the start and ruin all of that progress. And they have fun doing that. They enjoy it. This person takes things as opportunities. They see, rather than a dull outcome, they see a shiny treat or something catches their eye to inspire them to pick up the pieces and keep going, and they want to do so. They enjoy that process. That's something very admirable about them. Your person likes the challenge. We have here water element. Okay. We've also got solar plexus chakra. So very simply, they could be a water sign like a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. I'm going to take a look at this one as well. We have discrimination. Okay. I want to say just something very specific that happened in my day and that I'm kind of relating to this right now. Might be jumping ahead a bit in the reading, but you might receive your contact from them via the mail, receiving a letter, receiving a package. Yeah, I'll hold that where it is before I keep going, but that's something I wanted to say right away, just a synchronicity I'm seeing on this card here. Okay, so who is your divine counterpart? They enjoy the fun, they enjoy the process. They want to offer you the finer things in life, even if it's not quite what they align to. With this attitude they have of enjoying picking up the pieces, I feel like their attachments are little in this lifetime. And that applies to material things and honestly their wealth. I feel like I'm not sure that you would have a concern with it, and I don't know how strong this message is anyway before we keep going for you to kind of put all of your attention on it, but with their lack of attachment toward material things, perhaps their financial situation is not reckless, is not irresponsible, but maybe it doesn't meet the standards of what you call safety, stability, a safety net in terms of finances, in terms of how much money they have in the bank, quite simply. Like, they just have a lesser attachment to those kinds of things, and they learned this the hard way. They learned it through, maybe there was one like major situation in childhood with the Tower card that showed them that life is fleeting and what you have is not guaranteed. Like a home like being destroyed, like in a fire, in a tornado, like something like that, like a home like being destroyed, and or even metaphorically, like a home being broken up with the people in it, those relationships being severed from an event. And so they see how things are here one day and could be gone the next. And detachment is a big value they have, partly out of protection. And maybe at the start they were defensive in their declining of indulging in some aspects of life, like in material things or in relationships. Perhaps at one point in their life that was a protective or defensive mechanism. But they have come like full circle almost, and they've realized that that was coming from the ego, that concern with it. And rather, their non-concern with having all the material things is not from the egoic place of, I don't want to have to go through losing it again. It's just that they recognize lesser value in it, and they have learned more so what serves them better in this life, feeds their mind, body, and soul over other things. And they don't discriminate. Like, they aren't going to judge other people or preach what they practice just to do it and just to try and influence other people, because again, they have this full circle understanding. They know that what works for one person may not work for another. What works for me may not work for you. There are differences between you. This person has had things be a little bit more shifty in their life, their environment, the people within it. Again, things have been shaken up a time or two that caused them to practice this aspect of detachment from what they have and detachment from current circumstances that ultimately does lead them to a spiritually evolved, like blissful state. They are in a playful energy a lot of the time. They're in a not so serious energy a lot of the time, which is a good thing. They are quite fluid as well as the water element. And so there very well could be big differences. We have discrimination is making me think of you, this card here, and it is represented by the zodiac sign Virgo. And so it just makes me think that there are differences in your, I want to say, I guess I'll say ability to put lesser weight on certain things. And again, it doesn't make one person better than the other or more, more, what is that word? Showing up every day. Disciplined. It doesn't make one person more disciplined or better or less attached to material wealth and things. Doesn't make one person better than the other, but there are differences in what you need to curate the same kind of outcome in terms of your energy. And yes, things affect you that perhaps would not affect them in terms of environment, like really just how things are organized, how things are displayed. Yeah. Virgo is making me think of that, like home organization and clutter. Or you have grown more accustomed to having different kind of resources that this person in more of a simplistic way has decided to go without or find a substitute. Okay, so more about how will this union happen and what will it feel like? For pile 3, please. How will this union happen? So we've got 10 of Pentacles. Talked a lot about material stuff, and now we have the 10 of Pentacles, which is like the best outcome you could desire, and you having it in terms of your material wealth and career aspects, things like that. So how will this union happen? I think though this person has a detachment toward those kinds of things, they could be in a place where you might say, well, it's easy to detach from it when you like have it and you're not worried about it coming in. Like they could be in a very good place. They recently were promoted. They recently had some kind of increase in their income and increased career opportunity. They're in a good place there. They are in a place of authority when you come into union. And so what they have practiced in their life of detachment is something you don't necessarily see in action. It's something they have to tell you. Sit down, let me tell you what I went through before I got to this point. Sit down, let me tell you the story of what it took to get here. I talked about you might feel like their idea of like a safety net in terms of literally how much money is in the bank for them is not quite up to where yours is. And not to say one is the right way. We all have different needs and different perceptions. So all of that to say just now that that's not necessarily something you need to feel concerned with being put off by, their ability to like provide in their relationship. Because when you do come into union with them, I think that they seem quite well off. Okay, what else about how will this union happen? We had here 6 of Pentacles. How will the union happen? Can I clarify that message here, please, Spirit? 6 of Pentacles. How will the union happen here for pile 3? I'm seeing this card. So 9, or the Justice card. 11. How will this happen? I just thought in my head a change of fate, a decision being made to give to you, to give an opportunity, to give the time of day to you, to open up their schedule, to add in like some kind of meeting with you, whether it's related to business aspect, or them opening up their schedule for a date, for some kind of romantic pursuit and connection. But a change of fate allows you to come into this person's life. They very much are giving this energy of being the authoritative figure over their own life, which is a good thing. They are, of course, very tuned into their energies and circumstances surrounding them because of past experiences, and so they very much are in control of when those gates are open and closed, when they are entering into Hermit and they're closed, or when they are wanting to open up their heart with the Ace of Cups and open up to love. I think that this union will happen when this person decides they are ready to share their life with someone. Quite simply, they want to share. They are tired of the lessons they have learned on their own. They are ready for that loyalty to come in. They are ready to have someone change their idea of what is valuable. And I think they will ultimately conclude that your connection with them, your divine union, is the most valuable thing of all that they have and will receive in this lifetime. Okay. Looking at my notes here, I want to know more about what this relationship will actually look like when it's in full effect, in full swing. What will this union feel like for pile 3? How will they experience it? How will pile 3 experience this union with this person? What will it be like to be with them, please? So, 10 of Cups and Temperance. It will be very balanced. It will be very harmonious and very happy. It will be a whole new world for one another. The Ring and this image of actual marriage taking place. This very well is the person that you are tied to, like legally, if you want to be, with marriage. And or just you're committed to on a soul level. Rather, you are committed wholly to this person, spiritually, emotionally. Your body is committed. That's something I felt like saying. Take it if you resonate, leave it if it doesn't. And this is a very beautiful connection. It really is here. 10 of Cups is achieving. It's funny, in group 1 during this part, they also had 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles and 6 of Pentacles as well. You were sharing 3 cards here with pile 1, so if you felt drawn there, take a look at that reading for any more information as well. This relationship, 10 of Cups, I was getting into it, is like your everything you could want and desire in terms of emotional fulfillment with love and relationships. This person brings you that and you bring it to them as well. You guys illuminate a new aspect of life that doesn't have to be so hard, doesn't have to be so cut and dry in the ways that both of you feel life can be cut and dry. For them, it can be closing the floodgates. I'm working on this now. I'm not going to let anything else in. For you, it can be the same kind of energy of like, I am focused and tied up here. That means I cannot have this yet. Things don't have to be that simplified. Open up expand your mind to what could happen for you, when, how, where, and how easy it will be to come into your life. Not everything is going to be difficult. This comes in with ease, absolutely, with Temperance. And this makes me want to bring you back to pile 1 more as well, because we talked about water a lot. The water element came up in this water aspect too. But it's easy, it flows. Okay. Can we get any message of when will pile 3 come into union with your divine counterpart? That was this one. When we have 3 of Pentacles and Ace of Wands. Okay, so when I talked about coming to this person with like a business partnership type thing, and the 3 of Pentacles is definitely giving me that idea as well. Or when this happened is this person could be like established in one aspect of your community where it's very easy to define them. Like they are the dentist in town, they're the doctor in town, and you peg them for being everything that entails and nothing more. And so when you find them opening up to the community in this space that includes you find that they're there, and this is someone new, and this is someone that I can approach, and this is someone who I can tell wants to approach me because they're giving me that look. I don't know, this feels like you're gonna find this person stepping out of their hermit mode, stepping out of their comfort zone, and engaging in the community more, and that's when you come together with them. Yeah, they're inspired to do it with the Ace of Wands. And finally, I want to look at, just give your divine counterpart an opportunity to come forward with any kind of word for you of guidance or advice. So 7 of Swords, and just give you some more insight here directly from them. We had the 3 of Swords just jumped out, as well as 2 of Swords. I feel like you are blocked with your mind with those aspects, or there's something again like heavy on your mind right now where you feel like I don't have time for love, I don't have time for community, for relationships. But allow yourself to engage with what is quite light on your plate right now. Engage with what is less frequent of an occurrence for you, and that could look like when you socialize, when you get together with family and friends. Try to balance out better how you spend your time. Take back your time in some ways is something they want to tell you to, and when you are together in the 3D in union, they will remind you of this quite often as well. Take back your time, simplify things. Again, that's something they have learned very well in their life. You have learned it as well, but you apply it in other ways, and they want to show you the ways in which they apply it and give you the opportunity to try it, or to give them insight back on how you would apply it. And they just want to give you the gentle opportunity to take back your time in some ways. And this could be getting rid of a commitment. I don't want to say like a habit. I feel like this is some kind of commitment that you feel obligated to, that you could absolutely delegate to another, or take it off your plate. Just take it off your plate entirely. This is something they will challenge you to when you were together, to allow better balance in life. We saw that with temperance. Yeah, so that's what they want to say to you, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed this reading all about your divine counterpart. If you want to take advantage of the free personal reading that I am offering for a limited time, do it. There is no reason not to. It is completely free. How you do it is by shooting me an email. You can find that linked in the description box of this video. Send me a screenshot proof that you are subscribed to the channel, as well as that you have liked this video and left a comment on it. Please comment free reading. Leave the comment free reading and send me a screenshot that you have done all 3 of those things: liked, commented, and subscribed. And don't forget to ask your 1 question as well, that I will answer with a tarot reading personalized for you and your question. And it will be a written response reading with a picture of the cards pulled as well. Yes, so take advantage of it. Again, it's a limited offering. Why not have your question answered? It's a way that I can connect with you, and I'm really looking forward to it. In addition to that, I will be emailing you a code that you can use on my Etsy shop at checkout when you purchase future readings that I have listed on there. There's a variety of different listings for personalized readings over on my Etsy shop. Again, those are written response readings. And so if you take advantage of this free 1 question reading, or if you want to go purchase a 3 question reading and forgo the free one right now, email me that as well, and I will give you that code just because. So yes, with that code you can get a discount on the next reading you purchase over on my Etsy shop. That is linked in the description of this video as well. So thank you, pile 3, for sticking around. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next reading.